Hello friends, this is Nishant Gautam, Associate Professor from the Department of Pharmacology, Laureate Institute of Pharmacy. Friends, after the successful discussion of this chapter, Tissue Level of Organization, in its previous first part, today we will continue its second part for more detailed description to get the advanced knowledge about the tissue. So, let us start this topic. Friends, we already studied the different kind of tissues and their classifications. So let us discuss one by one the different kind of the tissues. The first kind of the tissue is the epithelial tissue. So what is epithelial tissue? An epithelium, that means the covering, is a sheet of cells that covers a body surface or lines a body cavity, is called as the epithelial tissues. The epithelial tissues occurs in two different forms. The first one is covering and lining epithelium, that covers the outer and inner surfaces of most body organs. For example, outer layer of skin, inner lining of all hollow viscera such as stomach and respiratory tubes. Then the linings of the peritoneal cavity and the linings of the blood vessels. Then the second form is the glandular epithelium. It forms most of the body glands. Then this epithelia occurs at the boundary between two different environments, the epidermis of the skin. For example, it lies between the inside and the outside of the body. Now, let us discuss about some features and the functions subserved by the epithelial tissues. Most substances that enters into the body or are released from the body must pass through an epithelium. Therefore, all functions of epithelia reflects their role as interface tissues. These functions include protection of the underlying tissues. Number two, the secretion, which means the release of the molecule from the cells. Number three, absorption. It brings small molecules into the cell. Number four, it shows the active participation in the process of diffusion. That means the movement of molecules down their concentration gradient. Epithelial tissue also functions as a filtration septum because the passage of small molecules through a sieve-like membrane of epithelium. Then the last function subserved by epithelial tissue is the sensory reception. Thus, in a nutshell, the function and location of epithelial tissues we can summarize one by one as: first we will see the function subserved by the epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissue plays an important role in the protection. Also, it plays an important role in absorption, secretion, filtration, excretion, and the sensory reception. Whereas, on another hand, the location of these epithelial tissues. Epithelial tissues are found in the coverings of the body. They lines the body cavity. They locate at the glandular tissue and helps in the formation of the glandular tissue as a glandular epithelium. Then let us discuss about the structural organization of the epithelial tissues. Actually, the epithelium is composed of tight packed cells anchored to a basement membrane. It lacks blood vessels, but epithelial tissue divides rapidly. For understanding the structural organization of epithelial tissue, let us focus on this diagram. This upper layer is called as the epithelium. This epithelium layer lies above the basal lamina. Just beneath the basal lamina, reticular lamina is there. And both basal lamina and the reticular lamina is combinedly called as the basement membrane. As we studied, this epithelium is lying above or anchored above the basement membrane. Then this layer beneath the basement membrane is called as the layer of the connective tissue. Then this is called as the nerve and this is the blood vessel. And this upper portion is called as the apical surface and below that is called as the lateral surface. And beneath the lateral surface, that is called as the basal surface of the epithelium. So in these three surfaces, this epithelium is divided: apical, lateral and basal surface. So this is the structural organization of the epithelial tissue. Now, to get more advanced knowledge about the structural organization of epithelial tissues, let us focus on this three-dimensional diagram. Here it is clearly seen that this one is the connective tissue. Above the connective tissue there is a basal region. This basal region, that means the basement membrane, composed of basal lamina and reticular fibers. Then above this the epithelium is anchored. And if we will go through the description of these epithelial cells within the epithelial tissue, the cells of this epithelium tissue having the four kind of the cell junctions. Number one, the tight junction. Number two, adhesive band. Number three, desmosomes. And number three, gap junction. The detail of these gap junctions we already made discussion in the part 1 of this chapter. And this one is called as the apical region of an epithelial cell. That is the uppermost region. And this one is called as the narrow extracellular space. And above this apical region of an epithelial cell, the fibrous projections are present. They are called as the cilia. Now, let us know about the different kinds of the epithelial tissues. Actually, the epithelial tissues are classified on the basis of the cell shape and the number of cell layers. Let us discuss this basis of classification one by one. The first one is the classification of epithelial tissue according to the thickness of the cells. Number one, the epithelial tissues are classified according to the thickness or the number of cell layers is number one, simple epithelial tissue. As the name suggests, simple epithelial tissues means a tissue layer of epithelium which is of the single layer. One cell layer is there is called as the simple epithelial tissue. Then in this category, the second one is called as the stratified epithelial tissues. If more than one layer of cell is there, then it is called as the stratified epithelial tissues. We can also say which are named according to layers of the cells in the apical layer. Then the second basis of the classification of epithelial tissue is according to the shape. The first one is called as the squamous epithelial tissue. As the name suggests, squamous means are wider than the tall structured cells are there, then such kind of the tissue is called as the epithelial tissue of the squamous type, or also we can say the squamous epithelial tissue. Then in this category, the second one is called as the cuboidal epithelial tissue. As the name suggests, cuboidal, that means the cube shape. And what is the shape of the tube? As tall as wide. So this is the feature of this cuboidal epithelial tissue. Then the third one is called as the columnar epithelial tissue. Here also its name suggests columnar, like a column. That means, have you seen a column? That means the taller than the wider shaped cell is there is called as the columnar epithelial tissue. Then if we see a combined classification, means on the basis of both according to shape and cell layer, we can name the epithelial tissue accordingly. Let us discuss one by one with the help of this diagram. See here in the first column, the name of the epithelial tissue is the squamous type. And at the row side, see here, that is the simple epithelial tissue. So if the single layer of cell is there and they are the squamous type of the cell, then this is called as the simple squamous epithelium. Just beside this, if the layers are more than one, then this squamous epithelium is called as the stratified squamous epithelium. And if you will see the another, that is the cuboidal shape. If the cells are cuboidal shaped and they are single layered, then it is called as the simple cuboidal epithelium. But if this layer of cell is more than one, then the same is called as the stratified cuboidal epithelium. Then the last one is the columnar epithelium. If the columnar shaped epithelial cell lining is the single, then it is called as the single columnar epithelium. But if the cell lining of this columnar epithelium is more than one, then it is called as the stratified columnar epithelium. In addition to this, see here, this columnar epithelium is of a random shape. That means some wider cells are there and some narrow cells are there. That means some cells are showing the different projections. Some are wider at the base and narrow at the top, and some are narrow at the top and wider at the base. So such kind of the stratified columnar cells of epithelia is called as the pseudo stratified epithelia. Then let us know about the location and functions of these different kind of epithelial tissue with the help of this tabular chart. So first one is simple squamous epithelial tissue. As we know, its structure is of the single layer of the flat cells, and its location is the linings of air sac, capillaries, lymph vessels, and body cavities. And it functions the diffusion and the cushioning of these areas. Then the second epithelial tissue is the simple cuboidal epithelial tissue. As we know, the structure of simple cuboidal epithelial, it's a single layer of cube-shaped cells with a large centrally located nuclei. And its location is at the linings of kidney tubules, ducts of the glands, and its major function is absorption and the secretion. Then the third one is the simple columnar epithelial tissue that we already studied. It is the single layer of tall cells which basally located nuclei and the globulate cells, and its location is at the linings of digestive tract, and the function subserved by the simple columnar epithelium is the protection, absorption, and the secretion. Then the fourth one is the pseudo-stratified columnar epithelium. As we discussed, it's a structure, a single layer of tall cells with scattered nuclei, cilia, and the goblet cells. The location of this is the lining of trachea and the lining of fallopian tube. And the function subserved by the pseudo-stratified columnar is the protection and the secretion at these locations. Then the next is the stratified squamous epithelium. As we studied, this type of the epithelial tissue shows the structure of many layers of the flattened cells, and its location is at the linings of the vagina and the anus and the mouth. But these are considered as a non-keratinized epithelial tissue, and the keratinized epithelial tissues are different, and the function subserved by the stratified squamous is the protection. Then second last type is called as the transitional epithelial tissues. The structure shows several layers of cells and the change shape. Its location is at the linings of urinary bladder and the ureters. And the function subserved by the transitional epithelium is distensibility. Then the last is the glandular epithelial tissue. Its structure is simple cuboidal, and the location is at the linings of the duct of glands, and the function subserved by the epithelial tissue of glandular type is the secretion. Now, for more detailed description, let us know about the location and function of these different types of the epithelial tissue through the original sections specimen of these different kind of the epithelial tissues. The first one is the simple squamous epithelium. Just see in this diagram, this is the diagram which we already studied, and beside this diagram at the right side we can see the photomicrograph of simple squamous epithelium. As we discussed, this is the single layer of flattened cells with disc-shaped central nuclei and sparse cytoplasm. It is the simplest of the epithelia. It is showing the function by allowing the passage of minerals by diffusion and filtration in the site where protection is not important. They produces lubricating fluid in serosei. And the location of simple squamous epithelium is at the kidney glomeruli, ear sac of lungs, linings of heart, blood vessels and lymphatic vessels, and also at the linings of ventral body cavity, that is the serosei. Then the second one is called as the simple cuboidal epithelium. This one is the diagram of simple cuboidal epithelium. It is the single layer of tube-like cells with large spherical central nuclei. Just see right side of this, there is a photomicrogram of the simple cuboidal epithelium in the kidney tubules. It shows its a function as in the secretion and absorption. And simple cuboidal epithelium is located at kidney tubules, ducts and secretory portions of small glands including ovary surfaces. Then the third type of epithelial tissue is the simple columnar epithelium. This simple columnar epithelium is having the single layer of tall cells with round or oval nuclei. Some cells bear ciliary layer may contain mucus secreting unicellular glands called as the goblet cells. These simple columnar epithelium functions for the absorption, secretion of mucosal enzymes and other substances. Whereas the ciliated type propels mucus, means in the reproductive cells by ciliary action. And the location of this columnar epithelium is at the digestive tract. But at the digestive tract in the stomach to rectum, they are non-ciliated type. At the gallbladder and excretory ducts of the some glands, they are non-ciliated type. But the ciliated variety lies small bronchi, uterine tube and some regions of the uterus. Just right side of this, there is a diagram of simple columnar epithelium of the small intestine. In this diagram, we can see the clear picture of the simple columnar epithelium. Above the basement membrane, there is a simple columnar epithelial cell is there, including the goblet cell, and above this simple columnar epithelium, the microvilli is present. Then the fourth kind of epithelial tissue is the pseudo-stratified columnar epithelium. The pseudo-columnar epithelium, see this diagram, and beside this diagram there is the clear specimen section of the photomicrogram of pseudostratified ciliated columnar epithelium lining of human trachea. This pseudostratified columnar epithelium is a single layer of cells of differing heights, some not reaching the free surface. Nuclei seen at different levels may contain mucus secreting goblet cells and bear cilia. The function served by the pseudostratified columnar epithelium is the secretion, particularly of mucus. Propulsion of mucus by ciliary action is there. Then the location of this pseudostratified columnar epithelium, that is the non-ciliated type in the male's sperm, carrying the ducts and ducts of large glands. Then the ciliated variety lines the trachea, most of the upper respiratory tract. Here in this diagram, it is seen the presence of globular cells, cilia, and the basement membrane. Between that, a pseudo-stratified epithelial layer is there. It is clearly seen in this original specimen. Then the fifth type of epithelial tissue is the stratified squamous epithelium. The stratified squamous epithelium is showing the thick membrane composed of several cell layers. Just see the diagram here. The photomicrogram shows the stratified squamous epithelium lining of the esophagus. Here, this thick membrane composed of several layers. Basal cells are cuboidal or columnar and metabolically active. The surface cells are flattened, that is the squamous. In the keratinized type, the surface cells are full of keratin and dead. Basal cells are active in mitosis and produce the cells of the more superficial layers. And the function subserved by the stratified squamous epithelium is the protection of the underlying tissues in the area subjected to abrasion. The location of stratified squamous epithelium of the non-keratinized type form the moist lining of the esophagus, mouth and vagina, whereas the keratinized variety forms the epidermis of the skin or a dry membrane. In this diagram, we can see above this connective tissue, the basement membrane is there, and above the basement membrane, the stratified squamous epithelium is anchored. Then the sixth kind of epithelial tissue is the stratified cuboidal epithelium. This stratified cuboidal epithelium is of generally two layer of cube-like cells. Just see the right side of this picture, the photomicrogram of stratified cuboidal epithelium forming a salivary gland duct. Here you can see the basement membrane. Above that there is a cuboidal epithelial cell is there, and at the center the duct lumen is there. The function subserved by the stratified cuboidal epithelium is the protection, and the location is at the largest duct of sweat gland, mammary gland and the salivary glands. Then the seventh type of epithelial tissue is the stratified columnar epithelium. This tissue is having the several cell layers. The basal cells usually cuboidal and the superficial cells elongated and columnar. To see in this diagram of the photomicrogram of stratified columnar epithelium lining the male urethra. Here we can clearly see the several cell layers where the basal cells usually cuboidal and the superficial cells are elongated and columnar. The functions observed by this kind of epithelium is the protection and secretion. And we will talk about the location. The location is rare in the body, but small amount is there in the male urethra and in large ducts of some glands. In addition to this, the eighth kind of epithelial tissue is the transitional epithelium. This transitional epithelium is resembles both stratified squamous and stratified cuboidal. Actually, the basal cells cuboidal or columnar, and the surface cells dome shaped or squamous like. depending on the degree of organ stretch. Just focus the diagram here, photomicrogram of transitional epithelium lining of the bladder at the relaxed state. Note in this diagram the bubulous or rounded appearance of the cell at the surface. These cells flatten and become elongated when the bladder is filled with urine. The function subserved by the transitional epithelium is stretches rapidly and permits distension of urinary organ by contained urine. The location is lines the ureterus, bladder and part of the urethra. So that's all for the day. We will continue the same chapter tissue in its part 3. Till then, revise the topic from the book. Have a nice day and thank you.